Hello and welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast.
This is episode 3.
Westerns and Wars in Space.
In space or... Oh, okay. In space.
Told you.
Wars in space. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Welcome back. Good to have you back, everybody. What you been doing, Brandon? Whole lot of nothing?
A lot of nothing, yeah.
Whole lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. I should have done a bunch of other stuff, but I've done a lot of nothing.
It's okay to do nothing sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not every time.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Sometimes. Ooh. Ooh. Well, to start off the show, I've been called out. I've been called out by my girlfriend.
Oh, no. We're just jumping right into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Last Friday, I was with the boys on the way to something that I'll talk about right after this, actually. I was in the car with the boys, and I get a message, and she said, it's PG, not PG-13.
Oh, no.
And I said, what? She said, Sleepless in Seattle. I was surprised that it was PG and not PG-13 because of the humor. Because last episode, I said the humor was a little above PG-13, but I totally screwed up because Sleepless in Seattle turns out it's PG.
PG.
And that baffles me even more now.
Whack. I guess it was 1993.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things were different back in 1993.
1993 PG.
Oh, boy.
It was a pretty good movie, though.
Pretty good.
So, it was still a pretty good movie. But that's what I'll start off the episode with. I've officially been called out for the first time.
Oh, boy. At least it wasn't being sued.
Yeah, I know. Or a cease and desist or something.
Yeah, or that.
All right. So, you want to know what I was in the car?
In the car?
For, with the boys?
What were you in the car for?
Well,
with Carl Urban and friends.
Carl Urban and friends. Well, I went to a film festival with Studio 24.
Oh,
which
yeah, I know
a part
those
of.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm part of that, right?
Yeah, you're like a, we don't really have, we have the 5 members, and then we just kind of have people.
The 5 OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if your name's in the credits of a Studio 24 movie, I'd say you're probably you're kind of in, but you're not. I don't know. They're very confusing people.
They don't even know who's in or who's not.
Yeah, they're gonna have to track down some people for the next release.
Of what?
The thing you worked on, but I'm not gonna mention the name because I don't know if they want me to, because that's a whole other topic. But we went to a film festival in Clarksville, and we had to go there because you go there and you get like a prompt and you get a genre. And it was pretty cool. The drive there was fun. Lunch was fun. And then we had to kill about 2 hours, which was also fun. But we got Brutally Fun, which was fun. So much fun is going on. But
so much fun.
The lady at the place said it was comedy, so we got to make a comedy over 52 hours. From 7 o'clock on that Friday to 11 o'clock on the Sunday.
Oh, so you had 2 days?
Pretty much.
Close to 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days and a little extra.
I think I had a friend do this last year. Earlier this
timed
year.
film festival?
It was a 52-hour film festival. Yeah, they did a whole fantasy thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, actually. They made a potion, and then she and her brother drank it, and then they disappeared.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't really know.
They disappeared.
They just disappeared.
You haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I don't even remember
or at
when
all.
I watched it.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
But you don't remember?
I don't remember when I watched it.
It turns out it was 5 years ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Month, 2 ago, year, a whole decade.
It had to be
actually,
last year, early last year.
Oh, so technically it was a decade ago.
It was probably the yeah, ha ha.
Funny jokes. Yeah, yes. But we did it and we got it in, and we had to cut down a lot of footage.
Oh, how much did you have originally?
Over 10 minutes. I don't know if what we're going to release this Saturday, aka if you're listening to the podcast when it releases, tomorrow. And if you're listening after the Friday that it releases, It should be out. We're releasing what I think Kale has dubbed the Studio 24 cut of our entry into this film festival. The film's title is The Corn Job.
Fun.
Yeah, I know. Wacky.
Southern.
Wacky Southern farming stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Saturday. It's released either now or tomorrow.
Saturday.
Go to Studio 24, hit subscribe. I'm in it. I'm actually one of the lead roles, which was really fun to do. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of our best things that we produced.
What I've seen, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
And you saw the one we entered into the film festival.
Yeah.
So it's got some bonus scenes, some more jokes and whatnot.
More jokes.
Yeah, which we already had it jam-packed
Deleted
full
and
of
extended
jokes.
scenes.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the Snyder cut for the corn job. Except, better.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Studio 24 cut of the corn job releasing tomorrow, or it's already released. Go to Studio 24 on YouTube. Just look for me. If you don't know who I am, I'm the one holding the lightsaber on the cover of the podcast. Mm-hmm. So look for me, I guess.
Reality can be whatever I want.
Pretty much. Yeah. But, okay. The corn job, it's released or it's getting released.
The corn job.
Yeah.
It's getting released.
Not to be confused with the two animated films, The Nut Job. Two totally different films.
How you would confuse those.
Well, they both have a food in it.
Yeah, but one of them's nuts and one of them's corn.
Yeah. You make very valid points
here.
One
of them's a nut, one of them's a vegetable or fruit.
That's
what is
true.
Corn?
That's true. What's corn?
I think
corn's a vegetable.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, we actually had to use it in the film. Like, that was a stipulation.
Yeah, like you had to have comedy. Your genre was comedy.
And which we picked that out of a hat, basically.
And you were like given a random word to use? Or
we were given a line to use, a character name to use, and a prop to use. And corn was the prop.
Okay.
Neat. It was very fun. We had a good time.
I would have helped, but I had basketball games.
And that's okay. You were out here making that moolah.
Yeah.
Money.
Making
all
it
right.
rain.
I failed the next section.
You failed?
Because of pure busyness.
Oof.
This last week's been busy. I haven't watched anything recently.
Have you read
besides
anything?
The corn job. I haven't read anything either.
Oh.
I've been working on some stuff for the podcast and for some other things, some school stuff and whatnot. Yeah. But you've watched some stuff.
I watched like two things last weekend.
I'm ready to talk.
Okay, well, the first thing I watched was The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, which is a movie directed by the Coen brothers. It's
good
on Netflix.
Directors.
They were the Coen brothers.
Yeah, good
directors known for The Big Lebowski and...
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, that movie.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, those. I haven't seen any of those, actually, and I need to.
Those are all great.
I've heard they're all pretty great. But The Ballad of Buster Scruggs was actually not one consecutive story.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6 different stories that take place in the Wild West.
Was it like an anthology?
Yeah, it was an anthology.
Is Buster Scruggs in it all the way throughout?
No, he's in the first story. That's it.
So why is it called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
Because it's the first one.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because you need a really general title for a movie like that.
It was like, it would have been better if it was like The Ballad of Buster Scruggs and Other Western Stories.
Yeah.
That would have been a better title, but also really long.
Yeah.
I don't know. But as far as I can tell,
title,
none of this movie was based off of pre-existing material.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, they made up all of these that I know of. And so the first one was Buster Scruggs, and then the second one was about... What was it about? Shoot, I can't remember what the second one was about. Western bank robber. It was about a bank robber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go into super detail about that one, but that one was probably the funniest.
Mm-hmm.
Buster Scruggs was pretty good. Bank robber one I thought was the funniest, but also kind of the saddest. Actually, no, it wasn't the saddest. The third one had Liam Neeson in it.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's in it. And he traveled with this torso guy. He had no arms or legs, and he was an orator, so he would like prop him up, and he would recite the Gettysburg Address, works by Shakespeare, other things like that. And that one has very little dialogue, even though it's about an orator.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you the end of that one because it was pretty wacky.
It got wacky?
It was the wackiest one. And then after that, you get The Prospector.
The Prospector.
Yeah, it's called Golden Canyon.
Stinky Pete.
Yeah, it's called the Gold Canyon. That one was my favorite because it's about this prospector who finds this pretty great-looking valley, and he starts sifting for gold, and he eventually finds some, so he starts digging around and stuff, and he finds the pocket of gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets shot in the back.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love getting shot in the back.
But it doesn't stop there, and I'm not going to tell you what happens after that. So you'll just have to watch it yourself. And then after that one, you've got... How many is that? 3? No, that was 4. And then you got the one with the dog named President
Lincoln.
No, not Lincoln. I forgot the dog's name.
He's named after a president.
He's named after a president. And that one has to do with this trail stuff. I didn't pay a lot of attention to that one.
Yeah.
It just ends pretty sadly.
Ooh.
Yeah. Some of them add sad, some of them add pretty okay.
Nice.
And then there's the last one, which I'm not going to try and explain that one because it was completely wacky.
Oh, it just...
Yeah, it was these people
Wacky.
at a stagecoach, and then, like, I think how it's supposed to be is the stagecoach is taking them to the afterlife, but you don't know that until the end.
Oh.
Yeah, so that one was really, like, really wacky. I didn't pay a lot of attention
Did you
to that
understand reality?
one. Yeah. I guess.
In that one?
Yeah, I guess.
Did your third eye open?
Yes, the Eye of Agamotto opened and saw the truth.
How'd you like it?
I liked that one a lot, actually. What else was there? Yeah, all the stories were good. Performances were all really good. Buster Scruggs had the most personality I've ever seen in a cowboy before.
Oh, that's good to know.
I guess it's good to know.
Yeah, a lot of them old, like, a lot of those old, sorry. My inner Southern boy came out.
Whoa.
A lot of those old cowboy movies,
That's not old.
it's just, well, I'm just talking about in general, like the cowboys of
spaghetti
old,
westerns.
like spaghetti westerns and stuff.
Spaghetti westerns.
A lot of the cowboys, they were in that, like, period of acting where it's like, you're very just, you talk, and then you get angry for a little bit and yell, and then you're back to normal again.
Yep. They did that a lot.
Yeah. It's an interesting period of acting.
Yeah, it is.
Just, well, I oughta.
Oh.
And then, yeah, that's bro.
Yeah, bro. I also kind of watched Once Upon a Time in the Wild Wild West.
Once Upon a Time in the Wild Wild West?
Yeah, it's an old Western movie back from 1968. I didn't really watch it, though, because I fell asleep. I watched, like, the first 10 minutes of it, and then I died.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Mild inconvenience.
What I watched between those two movies was The Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, I've watched the... I haven't seen the regular version, because I just watched the extended edition.
The 50-minute 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about watching that, but I thought I'd just watch the movie. I didn't know this was a Tarantino film until I started it. And the opening credits were rolling. It said Quentin... It was the 8th movie of Quentin Tarantino or something. I accidentally watched my first Tarantino film.
How'd you enjoy it?
It was well written. Like I assume they usually are. It was extremely bloodier than I expected.
Oh yeah, no. Every one of his, about all the movies I've seen, the one consistency is he loves big, over the top, gory action.
Yeah, he does.
And cursing.
Some of it hurt to watch too.
He loves. If there's about 3 things you can expect out of a Tarantino movie.
Over the top violence.
Over the top violence.
And the N-word.
Lots of cursing and casual races. Yeah.
It made more sense in this movie though because it takes place just a few years after the Civil War.
Yeah. Some of the movies that you watch, you're like, is this guy okay?
Yeah.
And then some of them doesn't have it, and that's like, very refreshing when you watch a Tarantino movie without the N-word. You're just like, cool. It's like, I can understand the Hateful Eight, because that's the time period. It's post-Civil War, and they're dealing with...
Sam Jackson.
One of the main characters is Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson has even defended Quentin Tarantino on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Django Unchained is another one that he did, and that takes place during the times of slavery.
Oh.
So,
Neat.
gets said a lot in that one. I like The Hateful Eight a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when it all comes together.
Yeah. It's just...
It hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah, it does.
You're like, oh, shoot, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Samuel Jackson was probably my favorite character.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the whole thing.
He's one of the...
Like, African-American bounty hunter. He's got the...
Oh, someone's here.
He's got the hat.
He's got the hat.
And the overcoat.
And the overcoat.
And the two guns.
And the two guns.
Pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
He's just like, pew pew.
Yeah. And then he gets shot in the nuts.
Oh. Yeah, that was painful to watch.
It was. It very much was.
I wonder who's here.
Who is it? Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
She brought pizza.
People, we record in a radio station, so sometimes. This is actually the first time it's ever happened, because we usually record a lot later.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, we got papers due midnight.
Yeah.
So we got to work on
And you were already here.
Yeah.
So, we got it. Get her done.
Got it. We're getting it done.
All right, so you watched Hateful Eight. How'd you enjoy it?
I did. In the end, I really liked it.
Yeah.
In the process of watching it, it was a roller coaster of how much of whether or not I actually liked it or not.
Yeah. A Tarantino film can do that to you.
Yeah. But in the end, story takes everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was
and the ending.
Very well written.
Great.
The ending is pretty great.
That all you've watched?
I also watched The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars.
Yes.
Which is
season 7.
Good segue, bro.
Good segue, yeah.
Yeah, we both watched that, I suppose.
I guess season 7 started a week ago from today.
Yeah, a week ago from today.
Started with an episode titled The Bad Batch.
Welcome to the Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the final season, weekly recaps.
Woo.
Where we will talk about the episode that aired the past week. Season 7, Episode 1, The Bad Batch. What's it about? The Bad Batch.
So The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch is what?
They're a experimental group of clones. They have defects, basically.
Desirable mutations.
Yeah, desirable mutations. Kind of like 99, except like where 99 was like a throwaway clone to the Kaminoans.
These were on purpose?
What?
These were on purpose.
These were basically on purpose, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got...
you got a big, strong dude who's dumb.
He's Wrecker.
Yeah. You got Hunter, who's like a very Rambo-esque type guy.
Yeah, he took his helmet off and it's like, it's Rambo.
It's like, Sylvester Stallone's a clone now?
Oh,
okay.
I liked how much...
He looks the most like a regular clone trooper in the face.
I thought his... In the face or on the helmet?
In the face.
In the face, because I thought the helmet looked even more like a stormtrooper.
The visor does
the visor
a little bit,
does.
yeah.
Yeah, I also thought the mouth did, because it has the stormtrooper line.
It does.
It does. He looked very stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Except he had one visor, not two eye holes.
Yeah, that's... Dang, I didn't really notice that.
And then there's Tech.
Tech. You know what he's good at?
Tech.
He's like Donatello. He does machines.
He's like Donatello, Wheeljack,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Donatello does machines. Tech does machines. Crosshair.
Yeah.
What does he do? He shoots stuff really good.
The sniper.
Pretty much.
Professionals have
In
standards.
which he has like a silencer attachment for his sniper rifle.
Oh.
I've never seen that in a Star Wars anything, like a silencer type attachment, and that was really cool to see. The basic plot of the episode is they're fighting on this planet called Anaxis.
They're 7 active battlefronts.
They've got 7 active battlefronts, losing about every one of them.
Yep.
Great job, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back for sucking. So Commander Cody and Captain Rex come in, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, mild spoilers. We'll just talk about the general plot."
Yeah, the general plot.
So basically, we'll talk about the setup and whatnot. But Captain Rex and Commander Cody come in with a plan to go behind enemy lines. Mm-hmm. So they get ARC Trooper Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that's new because he was just a regular 501st Trooper. Now he's been upgraded to an ARC Trooper.
Oh.
and Field Medic Kix from the 501st, who now has a lot more hair than he used to.
Yeah, I didn't even notice this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just noticed the animation was beautiful.
Oh,
Like, it looked real.
The animation,
Oh boy.
it's like the Clone Wars never ended when the show begins, but then you start to notice the new things, like the nice new shiny logo they have at the beginning of it, the new animation,
It's
which
just, like,
it's the same animation style, just upgraded about,
yeah.
upgraded with Disney money.
Yeah, they took the complex character designs and backgrounds and environments of Clone Wars and merged it with the actual movement of the image with Rebels that Rebels has.
Yeah.
Because Rebels looks a lot more simple, but its animation is a lot more fluid than Clone Wars. And with Disney money, you can merge the two.
Yeah,
You
and
can
it
do
looks
that.
great.
It looks beautiful.
There's so much more going on.
There was
and
one
it's
point where
great.
I thought it looked real.
Yeah, some of the movements look a lot more real.
Yeah, they do.
I think they might have done some mocap for this season.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. But where were we on general plot? Commander Cody and Captain Rex. They bring in two troopers, two 501st troopers, ARC Trooper Jesse, Field Medic Kix.
Then they bring in...
And then they bring in Experimental Clone Force 99. Named after the brave clone trooper 99.
Yes.
Who's a real soldier.
Yeah. And then they... Should we stop there? Or
they
go behind...
They then go behind enemy lines and get some info.
That's what they do.
And that's what they do.
Yeah. And if you're a big Clone Wars buff, it's pretty serious info.
Yeah. Big info.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the episode?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Because as soon as it started, I was like, this is like the show from my childhood just never ended.
Just like the
it's
old
just
days.
like it's coming on a Friday night, and I'm watching it.
Embrace each other.
I'm 8 years old again.
Yeah. Embrace each other's differences, for that makes us whole.
Yeah. Good quote. That's the fortune cookie, as Dave Filoni called it.
Just
back
like
in
the
day.
old days.
Just like the old days. Sorry for my chair making noises.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it has the fortune cookie that they always had.
Yeah.
It has that great Clone Wars.
Yeah. Has the Clone Wars
It's
theme.
got the great Clone Wars voice actors. Updated looks for people. Anakin's in his Revenge of the Sith outfit. Mace Windu's in his. Of course, since Jesse, Clone Trooper Jesse, is now an ARC Trooper, he's got ARC Trooper armor.
Yeah.
But he's still got that cool Republic logo on his helmet.
ARC Troopers are cool.
ARC Troopers are
There's
cool.
still no, like, Captain Rex skin or hero in Battlefront, though.
Yeah. They don't do clone heroes. They just do, like... It either has to be, like, a Jedi or a blaster character.
Well, give us a skin of Captain Rex, then.
Yeah. They should.
They should really do clone heroes. At least do Cody and Rex.
Yeah. Like the leaders of certain legions.
Yeah, or I'd do at least Cody.
Let's talk about the Bad Batch
The
and their
Batman.
designs.
Oh, yeah. What about their designs?
Their armor is really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Because it's like...
Wrecker has like a sliding down helmet.
Yeah.
Like he can take it off or he can just push it up and then he'll like slide it back down. Kind of Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man-like.
Iron Man-esque, yeah.
Their armor is kind of like... It's dark gray or black base?
Yeah, it's dark gray
With
and
like
black.
red and white highlights.
Yeah.
And that looks really cool. And they all have their own separately designed armor. Because each of them play very different roles.
Jack has a visor.
They have their own shuttle,
Oh, yeah.
which is really cool. So yeah, they're like the SEAL Team 6
I want a Bad Batch
of the Republic. What?
A Bad Batch movie.
Bad Batch movie. Well, I know if Disney were to actually complete all the unfinished story arcs, there would be further story arcs with the Bad Batch.
On Kashyyyk, right?
Yeah, I think it's on Kashyyyk.
Good
And-
relations with the Wookiees I have.
Yeah, it would explain that.
Dang.
Which we're getting this arc with the Bad Batch, so that's going to be fun.
Hey, at least we're getting something.
We're getting the actual Bad Batch arc.
They're like the Wreckers.
Yeah,
They're,
I guess you could compare them to the Wreckers from
they're
Transformers.
extremely unorganized and
They just do stuff.
Yeah, they may not be the most organized or the most civilized team, but they get the job done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Bad Batch.
And Hunter is more than a tracker. He's the only one who can put up with the other three.
Yeah, that's what his special power is.
He's just like, guys, you know what time it is? Wartime.
Wartime.
Yeah.
Planker busting time.
And then I've seen like a trailer or a clip from the episode coming out tomorrow. And Anakin's in it. Oh. And he's going with the Bad Batch to a place. Because of the info they got in this last episode. Yeah, because of the
very important info.
What would you rate this episode?
Rate this episode? I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's fair. That's fair. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
And if I reviewed it on the day it came out, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Because of just pure hype. It's a 9 out of 10. Good episode. Good message.
It was short though.
Yeah. 22 minutes. But that's just the Clone Wars.
That's all we need.
Yeah. You looking forward to anything else this season?
Not really.
Because we kind of know what we're in for.
Yeah, we
4 episodes of Bad Batch.
So.
We're in for 4 episodes of Bad Batch, 4 episodes of Ahsoka, and 4 episodes of Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which, yeah.
Next episode's gonna be cool. Titled, I'll just go ahead and say it right now. Season 7, Episode 2, A Distant Echo.
Ooh.
Bum, bum, bum.
You know, I'm going to stop looking at everything on the internet about this season because I don't want to know any more until I see the episode.
I only know a little bit about some stuff.
Okay.
But
well, don't expand on it.
I'm not.
Okay, well, that's not the only Star Wars stuff.
No. This past Monday, something got dropped on us.
Oh, yeah.
A new initiative.
A new project from Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars.
The High Republic.
Not to be confused with the Old Republic.
No, the High Republic is like the era between...
The Old Republic and Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the 1,000-year gap between the last Sith fight and the Phantom Menace, where the Phantom Menace...
Do we know how many years it's supposed to be before Phantom Menace? I've heard like 200 to 300.
Probably like 500, maybe?
500?
Maybe a good medium ground. I know the art they showed is cool because they showed Jedis with lightsabers, and they're like, these are like the Jedis that were the Knights of the Round Table. That's a quote from the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. And then they showed Jedis, and the Jedis they don't have like actual crossguard sabers.
Yeah.
But they have like the little points that they have like the actual crossguard on the hilt.
Yeah.
Like a metal
Some
one.
of them do. I know the Wookiee does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wookiee Jedi.
Also, this is not the first Wookiee Jedi.
No, it's not.
It's not. People are claiming it is, but it's not.
No.
We got to have Gunji represent here.
Yeah.
Represent Gunji.
From the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Watch the Clone Wars.
Watch it.
There's a youngling
Wookiee. He gets a wooden lightsaber.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Which is represent Gunji.
Yeah. Go Gunji.
Go Gunji.
The High Republic. Do you think it will remain in books, or do you think we'll get other content like video games, TV, movies?
I have no idea.
Because like
expecting a Disney
they said like this is supposed to be like phase 1, the books and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
what's phase 2?
Well, phase 1 is books and publishing. Phase 2 is like actual like other media like movies, TV, video games,
one Disney Plus show,
maybe an animated show.
Oh, I'm not against that.
That would be cool.
But
yeah, books and stuff. I'm interested in the era.
Yeah,
because they're not going to be fighting people with lightsabers. They're going to be fighting like pirates.
Yeah, I think the Outer Rim is not supposed to be part of the Republic yet.
No, it isn't.
And there's supposed to be Jedi.
There's going to be a lot of like colony planets and whatnot.
There's going to be Jedi out in the Outer Rim that are kind of like Texas Rangers.
Yeah,
they're
going to have like a different
of the
style.
Jedi Order. They're not really with the Jedi Order, but they're Jedi.
They're probably like just kind of out there, and they're like, well, I'm this far away from the Jedi.
Kind of like your
I'm
Jedi
gonna do my
idea
old
that
thing.
you had.
Yeah,
it's exactly like that. Texas
on the edge
Ranger.
of the galaxy, patrolling.
Yeah,
making sure nothing goes wrong. You know, they could do the Yuzon Vong in this, or at least a story that contains them.
Yeah.
I
want those to be real.
Yeah,
I want them to be canon.
It would have been cool if we got that Clone Wars arc.
Oh yeah, it would have been awesome.
I feel like that's a 1 episode type deal.
It was supposed to be like 4 episodes, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Something.
Because sometimes we had singular Clone Wars episodes.
I know it was supposed
like
to be
1 episode type of deal.
The Yuzon Vong Clone Wars episode was supposed to be X-Files vibe. Yeah.
So it's probably a 1-parter.
And they were not going to be immune to the Force.
Yeah.
To fit more with George Lucas's idea of the Force.
Yeah.
Stuff, which I'm not totally against.
Yeah.
I'd make them like partially immune.
Okay. I mean, George is the guy who created it all, and back then it was back with Disney, and Dave Filoni credits basically all the Clone Wars ideas, like the story ideas and stuff, to George Lucas.
True.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make them like resistant to it. That would not be terrible.
Yeah. Resistance would,
Resistance. That'd be interesting.
That would be.
Yeah. Full-blown immunity is a little ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
Just, it flows through everything. I don't have the Force because I am Monster Truck. Just imagine a Yuzon Vong charging at you saying, I am Monster Truck.
They're supposed to be so aggressive and brutal and just filled with hate that the Force doesn't want them or something. The Yuzon Vong are intense.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, like they're so intent on just killing everything they see.
Yeah.
Or maybe not killing, but conquering, and they're just fueled with so much hate and pain that the Force doesn't even want them at this point.
Well, the dark side might want them because they have hate. They have hate and pain.
Maybe that's a plot hole in Legend stuff. So
hate and pain, or nah.
Okay. Well.
Toy Fair happened this past weekend.
Yeah, Toy Fair happened this past weekend. That was a blast.
We talked about what we kind of wanted to see moving into it. You get any reveals that you liked?
Yeah.
Any favorite ones?
The Quintezon probably took the cake on figures for me. Because it's got a switch on the bottom of it that you can spin its faces around. It's got 5 faces. And each mouth on the figure is posable. So you can open and close it. I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds fun.
Its base mode is a little meh. Base mode is really meh.
Okay.
There's also the Alicon.
Alicon.
Yeah, they're these
What's
little...
that?
It's like it's something seen in the original 1986.
Something seen in the original 1986 movie.
Yeah. It's like an alligator on 2 legs.
Alligator on 2 legs.
Made out of metal. Yeah. So they're finally making those. And the Quintezon and Alicon have never been made into an actual figure before. This is the first time in 35 years.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that'll be really awesome.
There's like a pizza party going on in the live broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
That's okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi. How you doing?
Ba weep gra na weep ninny ba.
Universal greeting.
Yeah. That's where the Alicons are.
That's their quote?
Well, what happens is Cup and Hot Rod meet the Alicons, and they're kind of like, well, what do we do? And then Cup whips out the Universal greeting, and they repeat it back to them. And then they start giving them Energon goodies, and they run out of Energon goodies, and it doesn't end well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so then they're taken to the Quintezon
Classic
judge.
80s cartoon fun.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
They revealed the G.I. Joe Classified line.
Oh, yeah. There's actually a lot of backlash to that.
Because of the Rail Blaster thing?
Not just that, but Snake Eyes looks good to a lot of people. But then, like, Roadblock and Scarlet and Duke are just a massive disappointment for some people.
I thought they looked fine.
I think they look fine too. Roadblock's gun does look a little funky.
Roadblock's gun looks like something from Fortnite.
Yeah,
it's wigging me out.
That's the problem people have with it.
That's my only problem is Roadblock's gun, because Duke's gun looks like a gun, like an actual.
It looks like a ranged weapon.
Gun. A ranged weapon.
A ranged weapon.
It looks like an actual weapon that's been modified.
Yeah.
For like blaster use or whatever,
Something.
you know.
Scarlet looked really good.
Yeah, she looks cool.
She's not wearing her 80s jumpsuit anymore. Looks like she's gotten some armor.
She's wearing her 2020's armor.
Yeah, which
jumpsuit.
I actually like that a lot better.
She's got an armored jumpsuit.
Yeah,
now, bro.
it's still the same color palette and everything. She's
Yeah,
still
for
got the
everybody.
crossbow.
It's the classic design, just modernized.
Yeah, which I'm not against.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you
and
do
they've done
some
it well.
things.
They didn't do a Michael Bay Transformer.
No, they
didn't do that.
Good.
Good.
Marvel Legends had some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much as I thought they would reveal, but a decent amount.
Yeah.
I think my favorite reveal was Marvel Legends. Either Red Hulk, which I really thought was cool, or forgot the name. Spider-Man. How can I forget Spider-Man? He's one of my favorite characters. The vintage carded Spider-Man series.
Oh, yeah.
They
That
revealed
looks cool.
3 of the figures from that series because there's going to be 6. They revealed a new ultra posable Spider-Man, so
Oh.
that's fun. A Peter Parker figure.
Yeah. That looks
And
weird.
it's because of the glasses on
He
him.
looks like Lobster Johnson.
Yeah, I think the glasses will be removable though. If not, that's just
Just
why.
Like, I don't know.
But I already have a Peter Parker head sculpt to replace it with if I don't like it. So, and then a Gwen Stacy figure that
That's-
comes with an extra Mary Jane.
I thought that was weird, but cool at the
swap.
same time.
I think it's great because I already have a Mary Jane figure, and the head sculpt. I don't know. The head sculpt isn't very Mary Jane like.
Oh, okay.
It's more Black Widow like.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. So this new one is pretty cool. So I could probably swap it over there, and boom, new head sculpt, new Mary Jane figure. Have Gwen Stacy in the back just chilling like I'm dead.
Oh, no.
And then it's rumored that the other 3 figures in the vintage Spider-Man wave are Green Goblin, Electro, and Daredevil. And
Why Daredevil?
This because Daredevil, he's pretty tied to Spider-Man. Maybe it's not Daredevil, but that's just what it's rumored to be. Maybe an armored Daredevil, which we haven't gotten that in Legends. Honestly, I'm hoping for just a regular red Daredevil, but on a new body mold, like more posable. He can actually move around like Daredevil, because the Bucky Cap Daredevil body mold just isn't cutting it for me.
Yeah.
Like, they look good, but they don't pose well. So
I know what that's like.
yeah. They revealed 20th Century Fox X-Men Universe Marvel Legends.
I thought that was cool. It was Wolverine and...
They revealed 2 Wolverines, a Mystique, a Magneto, a Professor X, a Deadpool, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. That's a 2-pack, Deadpool and Negasonic. A Walmart exclusive Cable and a Domino figure.
Oh, yeah, Domino.
Wolverine, there's a tank top one and like a leather jacket X-Men Origins version. Both look good, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick the tank top version because he comes with the dog tags.
Oh, yeah, that's X-Men Origins, right?
It's
Was that
a
X-Men
couple different looks. He always wears tank tops in those Fox movies.
Oh, yeah.
The X-Men Origins one is the leather jacket one, but it can also count as like an X-Men 1 Wolverine.
The Wolverine was...
The Mystique is Rebecca Romaine from the original X-Men movies. The Magneto and Professor X have 2 heads. The Magneto comes with an Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender head, obviously. And the Professor X comes with a Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also Sir Ian McKellen. Sorry. Sir Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy head sculpts. And the Professor X comes with like a regular wheelchair instead of a 90s hover wheelchair. So if you want to like have a more modern day-esque Professor X in a wheelchair,
There you go.
there you go. You can have one now.
You have the comic book one, right?
I have the 90s
It's
comic
a chunk
book
of
one, yes.
plastic.
Yeah. Well, the figure isn't. His wheelchair is.
Still.
So, yeah.
Star Wars was pretty dry.
Yeah. Star
Wars
Wars didn't have much.
Star Wars is always dry.
I did see one thing that I thought was really cool,
What?
and that is the hyper-real Episode 5 Luke.
Oh, yeah. That thing.
Looks cool.
I know the
I've
thing,
also seen the hyper-real Vader.
what I
That
thought
one looks
was
nice.
cool was they're making the first new Empire Strikes Back figure since the 80s. They're making a snowspeeder pilot Luke that has a blaster and a lightsaber. So it's supposed to be like when he gets out of the snowspeeder,
People are looking at us.
This is a brand new figure. Same camera mold and everything. Mm-hmm. It's just supposed to be when he gets out of the snowspeeder on Hoth.
So they didn't produce that back in the 80s, but they are now.
This is the first brand new Empire Strikes Back figure.
They're also coming out with a 6-inch scale Black Series snowspeeder.
Oh, yeah. That looked massive.
Yeah.
It's going to be
and
huge.
It comes with Dak Ralter, and they're also coming out with a snowspeeder Luke for Black Series.
Oh, yeah.
No vintage collection reveals, I think.
No vintage.
Well, actually a slave one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't really
They're supposed to be really revealing more Star Wars stuff as the year goes on.
Yeah. I don't really collect the Hasbro Star Wars stuff anymore, though.
Me neither.
If they reveal Clone Wars, I'll be interested.
I hope they make some Black Series Ahsoka this year.
I just like the animated style of that old Clone Wars figure line.
Oh,
and, you know, nostalgic. Nostalgia.
What would you say is the biggest thing that dropped? Hasbro dropped.
Hasbro?
Yeah.
They dropped a big hint that they're going to be Hasbro.
HasLab?
Yeah, HasLab and Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Probably making a Sentinel.
It's a Sentinel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mutant. It's a Sentinel. I think the other...
Unicron was $600.
Yeah.
Which worries me about this Sentinel. I'm like, listen, $200 and below, you got me, Hasbro, because that's more like that's a pretty reasonable Sentinel in my opinion. But I can't do past that.
What? Oh boy!
If it comes with like some figures, I can maybe justify over 200. But
Unicron had all sorts of stuff going into it.
Yeah, that's true. But he's a big transformer, and he has to transform
into a planet.
So I can understand. I can kind of understand 600.
He also has removable faceplate, 2 chins, a tiny Galvatron.
He's got a lot of stuff working.
He's got all sorts of stuff going on. Movable hands. It's crazy.
They reveal any new Earthrise stuff? Well, they revealed the War for Cybertron trailer.
War for Cybertron trailer. I had some thoughts on that I'd like to share.
Go ahead.
But first, I think Transformers had the most eclectic stuff to show off. Because they had their
variety.
Earthrise, Cyberverse,
they have
Studio
that
Series.
Don't they have like a Walmart exclusive War for Cybertron trilogy line coming out?
Yeah, they've got a line. It's a mini line more like it that's inspired off
by
of cartoons.
The actual series.
Yeah, like they're painted and designed to look like what they do in the series. And they've got Megatron, a Decepticon Mirage. So that's really weird to see. And then some other stuff that are just painted to look like they're extra scuffed up for the cartoon.
Still no Bumblebee.
Even
though he appears in the trailer.
He's coming, though. I'm sure he's coming.
Probably, yeah.
But there's also a Leader Class Ultra Magnus that you cannot see into the box from the outside. And
because spoilers.
Yeah, it's got spoilers inside of the box. So that's made me want to get that really badly.
Yeah.
Yep. But did you watch the War for Cybertron?
I actually did.
What did you think of it?
It was cool.
Cool.
I was like, this is a very new area of Transformers to me. Because the only experience I've had of Transformers is Prime, the Bay movies, and those War for Cybertron video games.
Oh, those are good.
Is this new War for Cybertron kind of inspired by those video games?
Maybe. I'm not really sure. I know it is animated by Polygon. Which are the same dudes who animated.
And they say it's an anime.
Yeah, it's technically an anime.
That's cool.
It's being produced by Rooster Teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, animated by Polygon.
I like Rooster Teeth.
Polygon animated Prime.
Red versus Blue.
Polygon is animating War for Cybertron. And it also animated Prime. So it's the same animation.
Okay.
So I think the animation and the art style...
Who's voicing Optimus?
The same guy who voices him in the Cyberverse cartoon.
Okay.
Which...
Not Peter Cullen?
Not Peter Cullen, unfortunately.
Dang.
I'll get to that in a minute, but I think the animation and the art style looks good.
Uh-huh.
It's a little choppy, but I think that's because the trailer itself is choppy.
Yeah.
Because you got a bunch of little action scenes, but you didn't get a whole lot of anything.
Yeah.
Head on.
It was like it was almost 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The trailer. It was just a little under 2 minutes, actually. And I was like, Yeah,
I think the most you see of one bot at a time is Wheeljack gets punched in the face and he like falls over.
Ooh.
That's the most movement I think you really see at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The voice acting, though, for some reason Rooster Teeth likes to heavily modify their robot voices.
Yeah.
Which is what I think has hurt the voice acting in this trailer that I've seen. His Megatron is super modified. Ultra Magnus
I don't remember
super
many
modified.
of the voices.
Optimus is a weird situation for me right now.
Yeah.
Because in Cyberverse, I like how he sounds. It's the same guy in both shows. and I think he sounds fine in Cyberverse.
But you think he sounds funky here?
Yeah, he sounds funky here, and I think it's because of the heavily modified voices.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
It not to say it's terrible, but it sounds funky.
Funky.
Yeah, I know. Alita 1 was the only one I thought sounded okay.
Okay.
Pretty good. There's also, overall, I think the story seems promising.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed
Megatron seems to be more like a political leader than anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like he's just leading an insurgency.
Yeah, that's the whole idea I've had for a while.
Yeah.
I know the main plot is supposed to be that Megatron once again wants to find the Allspark for the 20th time and use it to basically reprogram the Autobots to his way of thinking.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Optimus and the Autobots learn about this.
They're like, nah.
Yeah, they launch a last-ditch effort to capture the Allspark and shoot it off of the planet.
And that's probably how they'll end up on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the decision to launch the Allspark off of the planet kills the planet in the process.
That's a big oof.
Yeah. Yep. So, that's all I have to say about War for Cybertron.
More for Cybertron.
For now. Comes out in June.
June
of this year. 6 episodes.
You think we'll get another trailer before then?
Probably.
Probably like a week before.
Yeah, we still don't have a full cast list that I've seen.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little worrying.
Yeah, a little bit.
I hope it's good though. That'd be cool to have another good
I hope it is.
Transformers animated show.
I hope Peter Cullen's not completely gone yet.
Yeah.
I think he'll come back for movies. If he stays in just movies, I'd be okay with that.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'd be great.
He's done some series. He just needs to do some movies.
Yeah.
Some good movies.
He needs his own movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd also like to see him leading the Autobots.
Mm-hmm. I know in the next 2 years at least, he'll be 80. Peter Cullen will.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's getting pretty old.
Yeah. I watched a video of him, and he was talking about how he did the voice for Predator.
Predator.
The
Neat.
Predator noise, the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good video. And then he does the noise.
Neat. Did you know that he did a RAR for King Kong once back in like the late 80s or
yeah,
early 90s?
I think he was talking about that.
Yeah.
That's how he got the Predator job.
Yeah, he also damaged his throat in the process.
Yeah.
Like he hurt himself. That's why he didn't do Optimus again until 2007.
Dang.
Yeah. And ever since 2007, in pretty much every movie and video game, he's been Optimus.
Yeah.
At least the movies and video games.
He's a good Optimus.
He is
best.
Optimus.
Yeah, he is Optimus.
Yeah. He is Optimus Prime.
He is.
He created the voice for Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
We got some more Batman set photos.
Yeah, we got set photos. from
Robert
the Batman.
Pattinson is not in the suit. It's a stunt actor.
Stunt double on a motorcycle.
I like the suit.
I think it looks good.
I feel like the cowl isn't final because I feel like they're going to CG some stuff up because they got to put Robert Pattinson's face on there.
True.
It looks like he's going to have wide eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were things, either those goggles or to add in digital white eyes or because he's on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
The ears are a good length.
Yeah, the ears look
The
really
only
good.
thing I'm confused about is the gauntlets.
Yeah.
Because it looks like something that Oliver Queen had in like season 1 of Arrow where he could just throw little mini
It
arrows.
looked almost like he had crossbow bolts on them.
Yeah.
But
That's what they look
I think
like.
he also had the spikes along the bottom of his arm.
I think those were the ties.
Oh.
Like the straps where the gloves are.
yeah.
And that's how you get
This
the spikes.
might be his motorbike suit.
I feel like this is his suit, but it's also a stunt suit because it's got to be on a stunt man who's on a motorcycle.
True.
So it's a cross between both. It's not the glamour suit. It doesn't have a cape because they're going to CG the cape in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks good. The bat bike looks
Bat bike.
neat.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like it's just a motorcycle blacked out
He's
with
just
some
getting
ears
started
on
at
it.
This, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be like a year 2 movie.
Nice.
Guaranteed.
Nice. I don't have a whole lot to say on the Batman. So.
You have any thoughts on the suit?
The ears look good.
Yeah, good length.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
I
took
really
away from
hope
it.
the things on the cowl's eyes are to add in digital white eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it'd be so cool to have a Batman with white eyes.
It will.
Yeah.
It will be cool.
You don't have to see his eyes move for him to act. It's in the voice.
Exactly, yeah. And other body language.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to actually act.
You gotta act.
Yeah.
Some
Big
crazy
news.
things happened
Yeah,
this
big
week.
news.
2 heads of companies are out. One was fired and one quote unquote stepped down.
He's part of the chairboard, chairman of the board, something. He's not completely gone.
He's still there, but he
still there.
stepped down from his
He's not the
big
CEO
position.
any longer. Yeah.
Dan DiDio of DC Comics was fired. Some stories have come out that said it was because he didn't like the new 5th generation that AT&T is pushing. Which I can understand.
Yeah.
There's been all kinds of rumors about DC Comics this week.
Oh boy.
I don't want to report on rumors.
Mm-mm.
I want facts.
Facts are good.
The only thing that I can say about this whole Dan DiDio, the 5th generation, DC Comics possibly being shut down is we'll see.
Yeah. That's
because the
heavy.
rumor on the block is 5th generation, if it doesn't do well, they're going to shut down, reprint 80 years of comics, and only release graphic novels.
Wow.
That's not the way to go, in my opinion.
Mm-mm. The way to go.
But I think that I don't know what's going to happen.
DC Comics is kind of up in the air right now.
DC Comics, what's going on?
The fate of DC Comics is uncertain.
Now, I didn't like everything DiDio did. He screwed over Nightwing a lot, in my opinion.
I don't even know what he did.
But
I haven't read DC in years.
He screwed over Nightwing a lot. I'll
heard
just
Superman
tell you that.
took a hit a couple times.
Well, Superman took a hit, and then he went back up, and then he's kind of taken a hit recently.
Oh.
Lots of ups and downs for DC
boy.
Comics.
Sheesh.
Because you had New 52, then you had the high of Rebirth, and then Rebirth kind of staled out.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs.
Lots of ups
and Bob Iger stepped down from his CEO position at Disney.
Oh boy, that was sudden.
Yeah.
That happened like yesterday, didn't it?
Yesterday, day before.
Day before, and it was...
No, yesterday.
It was a bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. My dad said he was listening to the radio. Now, whether this is fact or not, I think the people my dad was listening to on the radio were theorizing that he, quote-unquote, stepped down because of the mishandling of Star Wars.
Huh.
I'm like, okay, I guess I could see that, but it could just be he stepped down. Who knows what happened?
He's kind of old.
We don't know. That's the thing. We'll never know with this corporate stuff.
We'll never know.
He either stepped down or, quote-unquote, stepped down.
Yeah. Step down or step down.
Yeah. But that's kind of the end of an era, Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Because he did a lot.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see where Disney goes.
Yeah.
The future of Disney and DC Comics are kind of weird right now.
Their fate is in the...
Well, I don't think Disney runs the risk of shutting down.
No, not right now. They're running strong.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
DC is definitely up in the air.
Well, if DC Comics gets shut down, that means Marvel's up in the air, in my opinion.
That means the whole comic book industry could take a serious hit.
Yeah.
That could be bad.
Yeah. But I hope the DC Comics rumors end up all being a bunch of hogwash. And if this 5th generation bombs, they just take their head out of their butt and make good comics.
Yeah, maybe they'll just write good stories and respect the beloved characters that they didn't create.
Yeah.
And just treat them as not their own thing.
Yeah.
Which is, I've noticed, is what people do sometimes now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they'll write a comic book character and take it as it's their own thing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you didn't make Batman.
Yeah. There's a difference between writing an ongoing series of Batman and writing a standalone story or different, like, universe.
Yeah.
If it's a different universe, you can make up whatever you want.
Yeah, like Dark Knight Returns.
All kinds of things.
I've heard that's really good, but it's an Elseworld story.
Dark Knight Returns has the fundamentals of Batman, but Batman's freaking crazy.
Yeah. More crazy than he already is.
Yeah. Whew. Well, I think we're done. That was all for the docket.
Neat.
You know, I thought it'd be longer, but we kind of breezed right through it, probably because... What?
How long are we going?
No, we've been on for like 54 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty short. We kind of just got right to the point.
Yeah.
I haven't been rambling this week.
Yeah.
If you want me to ramble for another 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
It's okay. I didn't watch anything this week.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So that's another reason.
Oof.
Clone Wars is short.
Clone Wars is short.
You know, we kind of only touch on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When are we going to have our first guest?
I'm gonna, in the between this show and the next show, I'm gonna write a list, and then I'm gonna figure out. Hopefully, next show will be the first guest.
Awesome.
If not next show, one after that.
Gotcha. Because I've got some people who have expressed interest.
Great, wonderful.
Epic.
Also, maybe soon we'll do the repitching of the sequel trilogy.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I need to work on that because I'm gonna write mine down and print it out. Because
I'll probably just wing
lots of
mine.
stuff. At least write notes.
Okay.
That's all I ask. Maybe we'll have a guest on for that
Oh yeah,
too.
that'd be cool.
Like we'll talk and then we'll do the pitch segment and then we'll talk about that.
Epic.
You know?
That's gonna be a long episode.
That is going to be a long one.
Very long.
Yeah.
So.
You done?
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Pizza party's popping off.
Yeah, I got an omen after your outro. So.
All right. You got a what?
I've got a special piece of a fortune cookie. My own
Fortune cookie?
Yes.
Like we usually do?
Yeah.
This was started accidentally when you said don't eat yellow snow.
You're right.
But you know,
Oh.
it's just part of the intro now. Outro.
Yeah.
Outro.
I'll keep doing it. Don't worry.
We'll keep doing it.
Yay.
Keep with tradition.
Yay.
Whatever time you may be listening, just remember, good morning, good evening, good night, and goodbye for now.
And be excellent to each other.
This has been Two Dudes and a Podcast, hosted by Jackson Ham and Brandon Reynolds, produced by Jackson Ham, and photography by Dalton Sherrill.